God Family Country, good morning, everybody. You know, when the Waffle House closes down, you know it's real. Today, we're talking about Hurricane Milton making its way to Florida and the surprising indicator that even the Waffle House is shutting down. That's right. Waffle House closes when it's time to take a hurricane seriously. First up, let's talk about the Waffle House Index. You heard that right. There's an actual term for how serious the storm is based on whether the Waffle House decided to stay open. And guess what? Let's go ahead and pop this up. Hurricane Milton has the Florida Waffle Houses closing their doors. If you live in the Southeast, you know that when the Waffle House shuts down, you should probably be packing up and heading out. So Waffle House right here. Our Waffle House Index status map reflects our closures as of 2 p.m. today in advance of Hurricane Milton. More updates to come. Please stay safe. Due to potential for variations in Milton's path, the information is subject to change without notice. Please follow local guidelines. So we're looking at the Waffle House, and the Waffle House is saying we're closing down. And hey, when the Waffle House, the reason why this is important, the Waffle House is known for serving good food fast since 1955. Waffle House, why aren't you in San Antonio? And are you coming back to San Antonio? We'll talk about that later. I know you got a lot on your plate. Didn't really, pun intended though, but no serious laughing matter as Florida braces for the hurricane that's coming. But they just said, I have a lot on my plate right now. And they made some comedy in the time of them facing extreme weather conditions. I just want to know, are the waffles that good there? I need to find out because the waffle, for the most part, there's these couple of people or a couple of versions of waffles that are amazing. So I'm just curious, how good are the Waffle House waffles? Are they just good to people at 3 a.m. who are drunk and it just tastes delicious that there's some hot food and some people willing to cook it that late at night or early in the morning? So anyways, the Waffle House is known for staying open during anything, storms, holidays, you name it. So when they decide to close for a hurricane, it's a big deal. Emergency managers actually use it as a way to gauge the severity of a disaster. With winds increasing on the Florida coast, it's not just about staying safe, it's about understanding that this storm is no joke. Have you guys ever seen a Waffle House close down for a storm? Is this Waffle House a good index to go by? Is this now your go-to sign when it's time to leave town? Let us know in the comments, and maybe everywhere in every city needs a Waffle House so they know how serious the storm is. Well, next I want to take you guys to National Hurricane Center. Winds will begin to increase along the coast of Florida by this afternoon as Milton approaches. Preparations include evacuation. If told to do so, should be rushed to completion this morning. The winds are going to increase along Florida by this afternoon, and Milton remains a catastrophic Category 5 hurricane. This is happening, folks, so let's keep Florida in prayer. Let's not crisscross applesauce and pray. Let's put some action behind our prayer. We got to get out of the areas that we need to get out of. Call your people, pray for them, assist them, help them. You got an extra place for them to sleep. And your family member, let them know. Just come here and ride it out and survive. Some people may be thinking, well, I got to pay my bills. Well, you don't have to pay bills if you're not around to pay them. So survive first. Worry about the other stuff last. This is no good at all. They're saying they're expecting it Wednesday, and they're saying that it strengthened back. So it looks like it had fizzled out a little bit, but now it's on its way to Florida. And if we look at the weather on the west coast of it, Marco Island, Florida, we can see right now it's about 80 degrees. And they're issuing a special marine warning. Severe thunderstorms capable of producing waterspouts were located along a line extending from the near Gasparilla Island to 31 north of Art Tower. So hazards, waterspouts, and wind gusts in excess of 50 knots. On that west coast, that ocean's already closed down. They're issuing a special marine warning, and people are preparing. People are leaving. There's the mass exodus in Florida, and we're just hoping, we're praying everyone's going to be well, and those that can help are, I'm assuming, helping, right? What can we do to help? Where are some good companies that we can donate to that's going to spend more than the 10% or the minimum percent of the money or the food that we give to them? Obviously, the food they're going to give out, but how do we make sure that our money, we get our best bang for our buck? And that's what's going to be most important, because I could start a nonprofit and legitimately run it. And as long as I give 10%, I'm able to legitimately call myself a nonprofit as long as I'm donating that 10%. Now, I know when you start out in the beginning and it's small, you got to pay for all this work because it's happening. I'm talking about huge organizations and their ability to positively impact people and their weirdness of becoming profitable to the people that run them. And I'm not saying that the people that run them don't deserve to get paid, but it's a nonprofit. Look for those companies that are going to give the bulk of your donation to the actual victims rather than absorb them in, their burn rate, their costs of doing business. Look for those that already have that appropriated and they could kind of funnel that money appropriately. And that's going to be your best bet. Florida, I don't know what to say. Whew, man, this hurricane, it's wild.